Here's the truth. Intimacy isn't about being flashy, it's about being unforgettable. And what makes someone unforgettable in the bedroom isn't a secret trick you find in a magazine. It's 6 powerful principles guys wish you knew, but rarely ever say out loud. Today I'm breaking them down so you can stop overthinking, relax, and truly connect. Confidence is the real attraction. When you show up nervous, apologetic, or second-guessing yourself, the moment loses energy. But when you carry confidence, calm, assured, comfortable in your own skin, it creates instant trust. Confidence is magnetic, not just in life, but especially in intimacy. When you walk into any moment carrying self-doubt, you unintentionally drain the spark that could have been there. Nervousness, apologizing unnecessarily, or overthinking every move communicates that you don't fully believe in your own value. And here's the truth, if you don't believe in your worth, it becomes harder for someone else to feel it. Confidence, on the other hand, creates instant assurance that they can relax and enjoy being with you. Think about it. Confidence is not about arrogance or pretending to be perfect. It's about being calm, grounded, and secure in who you are. When you show that energy, it tells your partner, I know my value and I'm not here to prove myself, I'm here to connect. That calm assurance is magnetic because it allows the other person to let go of their own insecurities and lean into the moment with you. We've all been around people who second-guess themselves at every turn, and it feels exhausting. In intimacy, it creates pressure instead of pleasure, but when someone carries themselves with comfort and ease, it changes the entire energy. You both feel safe, seen, and free to enjoy the experience without unnecessary tension. That's why confidence is so deeply attractive. It sets the stage for real connection. True confidence isn't loud or showy, it's subtle but powerful. The way you breathe deeply instead of rushing, the way you stay present instead of letting your mind race, the way you own your presence without apology. These small details make the difference between a forgettable encounter and one that leaves a lasting impression. Confidence communicates, I belong here, and that instantly shifts the dynamic in your favor. At the end of the day, confidence is not just a trait, it's a gift you give to the person you're with. It tells them they can trust you, that they don't need to worry about carrying the moment, and that you're both equals in the experience. When you show up calm, assured, and comfortable in your own skin, you grow. It transforms the experience. Anticipation makes every moment richer and more memorable. This isn't about playing games, it's about pacing. When you slow things down, when you hold back just enough to keep the spark alive, you give your partner the chance to feel each moment instead of rushing past it. It's the difference between listening to your favorite song on repeat until it loses its effect, versus savoring it and letting it move you every time. Anticipation gives intimacy its rhythm. The power of anticipation also lies in attention. When you take your time, when you're intentional about where your energy goes, it tells the other person you're worth slowing down for. That attention makes them feel special, desired, and valued. It shows that you're not just chasing an outcome, you're here to enjoy the journey with them. And that journey is what makes the connection unforgettable. People often think attraction is about doing more, but in reality, it's often about doing less, slowing down, letting pauses breathe, letting curiosity build. When you rush, you rob both of you of the chance to truly connect. When you pace things with intention, anticipation creates a powerful pull like gravity, drawing the two of you closer without force. At the heart of it, anticipation is respect for the moment, for your partner, and for yourself. It's choosing to create an experience that isn't just physical but emotional. It's knowing that what makes someone lean in isn't how fast you go, but how deeply you make them feel. That's why anticipation isn't just a secret to attraction, it's the art of making love an experience, not just a moment. Pay attention to feedback. Here's what most people miss. Your partner will show you what they like, even if they don't always say it. Body language, breathing, subtle reactions, they're all signals. Being present enough to notice those details makes you stand out. So many people get caught up in the idea of performance, worrying about whether they're good enough or if they're doing everything perfectly. But here's the truth. The most unforgettable experiences don't come from performance, they come from connection. When you shift your focus from trying to impress to truly being present, you create intimacy that no technique can ever match. Connection means listening, noticing, and being attuned to the other person. It's about eye contact, touch, and the little signals that tell you how they're feeling. When you're focused on performing, you're in your own head second-guessing yourself. But when you focus on connection, you step into their world. You're no longer asking, am I good enough? And instead, you're asking, how do we feel together right now? That's the energy people remember. Think about it. No one falls in love with a checklist. They fall in love with how you make them feel. A person might forget the exact moves, but they'll never forget the feeling of being completely seen and cared for. That's why connection beats performance every time. It's about making them feel like the only person in the room, because in that moment they are. The irony is, when you stop worrying about performance, you naturally perform better. Why? Because you're relaxed, authentic, and tuned in. You can respond to the moment instead of forcing it. The more present you are, the more natural everything flows, and that flow creates an experience that feels effortless, which is far more powerful than anything rehearsed or forced. At the end of the day, the greatest intimacy is not about doing everything right, but about making someone feel safe, desired, and deeply connected. When you focus on connection instead of performance, you step out of your head and into your heart, and that's where true attraction, the kind that lasts, is born. Variety keeps it exciting. Repetition kills passion. Even the smallest changes, rhythm, pace, or shifting your approach, can make the experience feel alive and new. Variety doesn't mean complicated. It means you're willing to mix things up and keep the energy fresh. Variety is what keeps attraction alive. When everything feels the same, routine takes over, and the spark starts to fade. But when you bring new energy, new surprises, and new ways of showing up, you keep the connection fresh. Variety isn't about being someone you're not. It's about bringing different sides of yourself to the table, so your partner gets to discover you over and over again. Think about it. When you hear your favorite song on repeat without change, eventually you tune it out. But when the rhythm shifts, when there's a surprise drop, or a new melody, it grabs your attention all over again. That's what variety does in relationships. It wakes up the senses, it reignites curiosity, and it reminds your partner that there's always more to explore with you. Variety can be as simple as switching up the environment, trying something playful, or breaking the pattern they've come to expect. It's not about being extreme, it's about being intentional, sprinkling in newness so the connection doesn't feel predictable. Those little moments of surprise build excitement and keep the energy flowing between you. When you bring variety, you also show that you're creative and engaged. It says, I care enough to keep this interesting, to put thought into our time together. And that thoughtfulness makes the other person feel valued. It keeps attraction from plateauing because it creates a dynamic where the relationship feels alive, not stagnant. At the heart of it, variety isn't about novelty for novelty's sake. It's about depth. It's about saying, I have many layers, and I want you to experience them. That's what keeps intimacy exciting long after the initial spark, because true passion doesn't fade when you keep finding new ways to make each other feel desired and alive. Communicate with confidence. Do you know what's attractive? Asking. A simple, confident, do you like this? Shows strength, not weakness. It tells him you care, you're tuned in, and you're bold enough to check in. That level of directness instantly builds intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, communication is everything, but not just any communication. Confident communication. The way you express what you want, what feels good, and what you enjoy sets the tone for the entire experience. Confidence here doesn't mean being loud or demanding. It means being clear, calm, and comfortable enough to voice your truth without fear of judgment. So many people hold back because they're scared of rejection or ruining the mood. But in reality, nothing kills attraction faster than silence and guessing games. When you communicate openly, you take away the uncertainty and replace it with clarity. That clarity builds trust. And trust is what allows two people to completely let go and enjoy the moment together. Confident communication also shows self-respect. It says, I know what I deserve, and I'm not afraid to express it. That kind of energy is incredibly attractive because it removes the guesswork and creates a safe space for both people to share. When you can speak your needs without apology, you empower the other person to do the same. The beauty is that communication doesn't have to be heavy or clinical. It can be playful, fun, even flirtatious. A whispered suggestion, a simple, I like that, or try this instead, can completely shift the energy. It's not about controlling the experience, it's about co-creating it. And when you both feel comfortable expressing yourselves, intimacy becomes a shared dance instead of a one-sided performance. In the end, communication with confidence isn't just about getting what you want, it's about deepening the connection. It turns intimacy into an honest exchange where both people feel heard, valued, and fully present. And that's where the most powerful attraction lives, in the space where you can be unapologetically yourself and know you're truly understood. Enthusiasm is the game changer. No technique can replace genuine energy. Nothing is more powerful than your partner knowing you're into it. Enthusiasm makes someone feel desired, appreciated, and wanted. That's what transforms intimacy into connection. Enthusiasm is one of the most overlooked secrets in intimacy, yet it's the one that changes everything. You can have all the technique in the world, but if you show up half-hearted,
your partner will feel it. On the other hand, when you bring genuine excitement and passion to the moment, it elevates everything. Enthusiasm says, I want to be here with you, and I'm enjoying every second of it. That energy is magnetic. Think about it, enthusiasm in any area of life is contagious. Whether it's someone talking about their favorite hobby or chasing a big dream, their passion draws you in. The same is true in intimacy. When you express genuine enjoyment and desire, you create a feedback loop. Your partner feels desired, which makes them more engaged, and the connection naturally deepens. Enthusiasm also removes pressure. You don't have to perform perfectly or worry about getting every little thing right. When your energy shows excitement, it communicates that the moment is about joy, not judgment. That freedom makes both of you relax, let go, and actually enjoy the experience instead of being stuck in your heads. What makes enthusiasm so powerful is that it shows vulnerability in the best way. You're allowing yourself to be fully present and expressive without hiding behind hesitation. That kind of openness builds intimacy beyond the physical level. It tells your partner, I'm all in with you right now. And that level of investment is unforgettable. At its core, enthusiasm is the difference between something that feels routine and something that feels electric. It's not about doing more, it's about being more present and showing up with genuine passion. When you let enthusiasm guide you, intimacy stops being a task and starts becoming an adventure you both can't wait to experience again. So let's be clear, going down like a pro isn't about memorizing some secret move. It's about confidence, anticipation, presence, variety, communication, and enthusiasm. When you bring those six together, you stop performing and start connecting. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit subscribe for more powerful relationship insights and drop a comment below. Which of these 6 secrets do you think is the most important in creating unforgettable intimacy? I'd love to hear your take.